We're really delivering with action and with making sure that we can do what I think is like the killer app for blockchain technology in our markets, which is really collateral management, which is going to bring, I think, trillions of dollars in savings from both an operational efficiency perspective and bringing down the costs.
Break the cycle of exploitation, break down the barriers to truth, break into the next generation of privacy, break free. Free to scroll without being monetized, free from censorship, freedom without fear. We deserve more when it comes to privacy. Experience the next generation of blockchain that is private and inclusive by design. Break free with Midnight. Visit midnight.network/break-free. Looking for the best way to unlock your crypto's liquidity? Whether you're funding a major purchase like a down payment on a home, investing in new opportunities, or even buying more Bitcoin, Figure makes it straightforward and transparent. Take out a crypto-backed loan in the Figure app today. Hey everyone, you're watching CoinDesk. I'm Jen Sanasie. This week we learned that the CFTC launched a pilot program allowing select digital assets to be used as collateral in the U.S. derivatives market. Acting CFTC Chair Caroline Pham joins me now. Acting Chair, I know it's been a long journey to get here. Talk to us about what it took to get this pilot off the ground.
Well, thank you so much for having me back on the show. It's really great to be talking to all of the viewers about this huge announcement that we made at the CFTC. So as you might remember, back in 2023, when I was a commissioner, I did a pilot program proposal for how we could safely test incorporating digital assets into our CFTC markets, but with the appropriate guardrails. So now as acting chairman and under the leadership of President Trump and this administration, I'm so pleased to finally deliver on this proposal to make America the crypto capital of the world, to usher in the golden age of innovation in crypto. And so yes, yesterday we launched the digital assets pilot program, which will allow for collateral like Bitcoin and Ether to be used for their derivatives trades. And as you might also remember, last week I announced that we have leveraged spot crypto trading now finally available in the United States on our CFTC registered futures exchanges. And this has been so important because, as we've seen, Americans deserve safe U.S. markets because with the events of October 10th and some of the uncontrolled customer losses on these non-U.S. offshore exchanges, it just shows how we have to bring these trades back into the U.S. regulatory perimeter where we have strong protections that have been around for 100 years on customer assets and on market integrity.
Let's talk about the most recent announcement for just a second. For institutional traders that are watching, that are used to posting treasuries or cash, what changes for them now?
So that's the other part of what we announced, is that we have this new guidance on tokenized collateral for real world assets. So that's U.S. treasuries, money market funds, corporate bonds. And now we are saying that, yes, you can analyze each of these assets, real world assets, on an individual basis using the CFTC's existing regulatory framework, as well as your firm's policies and procedures. And this should actually really expedite the modernization of collateral management and capital efficiency here in the United States, because these are U.S. treasuries. Just because it's in a tech wrapper that happens to be a token doesn't change the underlying nature of the asset. You might remember that my Global Markets Advisory Committee, which I sponsor, had their Digital Asset Markets Subcommittee make this proposal last November on how we could safely use tokenized non-cash collateral in derivatives markets. So again, I'm really pleased that with all the expert input from the industry and from the people who are actually the largest firms, both traditional and crypto natives, that we're able to put this into place, and we're really delivering with action and with making sure that we can do what I think is like the killer app for blockchain technology in our markets, which is, again, really collateral management, which is going to bring, I think, trillions of dollars in savings from both an operational efficiency perspective and just, again, bringing down the costs.
Now, you mentioned that initial proposal in 2023. We're at the end of 2025. The pilot has launched, but you're likely not going to be the chair to see this through. I mean, how does that feel for you? I imagine it must be gut-wrenching.
No, I'm actually really happy because I feel like I've come and, mission accomplished, right? So the last 3 years, I've been pleased to sort of champion for a rational, pragmatic, data-based approach to new technology. And that's really drawing upon my experience in the private sector, actually building and working on product roadmaps and digital asset strategy and delivering those services to clients. And so I think that's a key feature of this administration, is that they want to bring in people with real world business experience who know how to do the things. They're going to roll up their sleeves and actually put it into action, actually operationalize it. So being able to have the proposal and then being able to follow through and deliver this, I feel like my job here is done. And most importantly, I'm really happy that I've been able to launch the CFTC's Crypto Sprint, which implements the President's Working Group recommendations for digital asset markets. And with that 12-month crypto sprint, we've done the listed spot crypto trading, which launched last week. We did the tokenized collateral guidance, which was issued this week. We've also allowed for CFTC brokers, which we call futures commission merchants, to allow for certain trades and for certain clients to have Bitcoin and Ether and other digital assets used as collateral. And then all that's left is that next year, I expect that the CFTC will do a technical rulemaking to make amendments to modernize for blockchain technology in our rule sets, such as collateral, margin, record keeping, reporting, et cetera. And so those technical amendments are really the last part of the crypto sprint, which means 1 year from the President's Working Group, which was the US crypto roadmap, it'll be done.
It really has been a sprint. I mean, I feel like there's an announcement with a new initiative every week, and we're already in December. You know, you would expect things to be slowing down. I mean, we know that the president's pick for the next chair, Mike Selig, has gone through the confirmation process. Have you been consulting Mike on any of this?
I've been so pleased to support Mike's nomination and his speedy confirmation process, and I'll be really happy to help ease in and have a smooth transition when he begins. So that's why I want to make sure that we have a strong finish, that we have everything taken care of and set up, so that way when Mike starts as chairman, he can hit the ground running. That's what the administration asked me to do, to get the agency back to basics, to return the agency to regular order, and to get the agency ready to take on its expanded mission over crypto, over prediction markets, and other new and exciting innovations in our market. So again, I've been pleased to deliver on that and execute and make sure that we are set up for success into next year and beyond.
Break the cycle of exploitation, break down the barriers to truth, break into the next generation of privacy, break free. Free to scroll without being monetized, free from censorship, freedom without fear. We deserve more when it comes to privacy. Experience the next generation of blockchain that is private and inclusive by design. Break free with Midnight. Visit midnight.network/break-free. Looking for the best way to unlock your crypto's liquidity? Whether you're funding a major purchase like a down payment on a home, investing in new opportunities, or even buying more Bitcoin, Figure makes it straightforward and transparent. Take out a crypto-backed loan in the Figure app today.